Hey everybody, it's Michael Goldsman here with you again today. Man, it's been a minute since I've been here on my YouTube channel, but I've been thinking about all of you and appreciating your comments and emails and reaching out. It's been, just by way of an update here, it's been an intense period of time for various reasons here in my own life and where I live. And I've been very busy, though, not so much on YouTube, but really working with my own personal clients and doing my group clearing. So if you don't see me here for a while, you are always welcome to go to my website. It's clearandconnect.com. Send me an email there, check out what I'm doing. I'm always offering ongoing stuff as I've been doing for years. So I'm hoping to get back into video making. A couple things I'm planning to do here. Doing some clearings on really interesting focused topics, little micro clearings, things you can just sort of dive into as I've done in the past. I know that's going to be really valuable and important for all of us. But I'm also hoping here to do more teachings. Teaching is something I've really enjoyed doing in many different areas, actually, in subject areas in the past. I actually used to be a high school teacher for a period of time. And it's something I've really missed recently, though it's something I'm planning to get back into. I'm working on developing an energy clearing technique that I've been back and forth about how and when I will present that to people to be able to learn on their own, because I feel like spiritual clearing work and karma clearing work specifically, which is really what I say and feel that my work is, but this work is important for more people to learn how to do for themselves and for others. So that's coming down the pipeline also. One of the things I wanted to say in this video today, in terms of teaching, right, I want to get back to using these videos sometimes as a point of teaching and connection with you, because I don't have other contexts in which I'm presenting that other than in my recorded group clearings. So this topic of twin flames, for instance, I just wanted to mention this here because it's coming up. It's a very popular idea. It's coming up more and more. People emailing me, telling me that this person that they either don't know or that they sort of do know, they think is their twin flame. And there are people who are telling me that they're getting psychic readings from people who are like, yeah, that I'm confirming that this is such and such a style of twin flame for you. And I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of my personal take and feedback on it in case it's useful for you. So it's interesting how some of the terminology has changed, right? Back like 30 years ago, everyone was talking about their soulmate. That was the term people were using. And now it's almost like people wouldn't be caught dead just using soulmate, right? Everything has to be twin flame. This has become a term. So what do we really mean by that? And is this a meaningful term to use at all? Well, let me take a step back and say that I think the deeper meaning of soulmate, twin flame, whatever term we might have for it, whatever the popular term is, whatever resonates with us, I think some of the deeper meaning around that is that people are really looking for meaningful, real relationships. Especially the twin flame thing seems to always be present around someone's thought about romantic relationships, right? So why does it necessarily have to be? That's an interesting question I could maybe address in another video. But people always think romantic partner, twin flame. And what's behind that? I think for me, it's that people are looking for meaningful relationships, not just the old school kind of way of like, well, I met this person at a bar, or this is just someone I happened to meet randomly, or I grew up and went to school together. People don't want these kinds of default relationships. I think many people do not want that anymore. They want something intentional. They want something meaningful. They want something where there's an intention behind it that's more than just the convenience of, we want to have children or whatever. We want some sort of formal structure that might be more traditional of like why we get together into a relationship. Many people are looking for something that's more meaningful, more significant, has maybe a higher calling to it. I think that's where the terms, so I'm looking for my soulmate, I'm looking for my twin flame, are. Now, for me, there is a shadow side of this though, especially when people start doing readings and saying, oh, I figured out who your twin flame is. By the way, One of the reasons I'm making this video is because unsolicited to me, I have had readings like, even though I'm happily married for many years, I have had a particular unnamed colleague of mine out of the blue come to me and say, oh, you know what, Michael, I have heard from Spirit, I've heard from on high that your twin flame is this particular famous actress in this other country, and you're destined to be with her. And to be honest, maybe you know a little bit of my personality from these videos. I tend to be kind of a fiery person. If someone says that kind of thing to me, and they're a professional kind of colleague, they work with clients, they work in energy clearing work, I'm going to be very direct about my response. And I told this person, look, your reading to me is completely ridiculous, and I didn't ask for it, and you have no integrity. To offer a reading like this to someone unsolicited, when you say to someone, this is your twin flame, you're basically offering them a curse. I know it doesn't seem like that initially. It seems like, oh, I'm offering them this wonderful reading and they're going to find their right person, but that's not really what that kind of reading is about at all. There's the shadow side, especially when it's unsolicited, especially when it's done without larger understanding about how psychic readings can really capture someone's power and become a power trip and become a kind of control trip. If I tell you something that seems deep and profound, I say, Spirit told me this, and this is what you're to do, and this is who to. I mean, my ego might say, oh, that's really tremendous. Wow, I feel so proud of myself, my ego self. But what I don't look at is what are the after effects, what are the ramifications of this when someone tells you. So I've had many people actually do readings for me over the years, unsolicited, telling me different kinds of things and timelines and relationships and all this kind of stuff. And I don't see that necessarily as being helpful for the most part. There are some people, a few people out there doing psychic readings, intuitive readings that are of high integrity, where they understand where is the boundary between what I'm to say to someone and what is actually cursing them in an inadvertent kind of way in order to boost my own sense of power. We got to really be careful with that. And don't let our ego, if someone's doing this to us and giving us this kind of reading, we got to be careful and look at our own ego and say, am I just getting the result that I'm wanting from this person rather than a result that's actually empowering and liberating to me? So the term twin flame has a deep shadow side to it. There are people who I hear about and who come to me saying that their twin flame is someone that they've determined and they've had confirmed by a reading is someone that maybe they've never even met before, or that they met once before, but this person is now off in another relationship. Maybe they're married to somebody else, but they've been told that this is my twin flame, and so it's my destiny. It's like a spiritual curse to someone to tell them this is your destiny, and you will not be fulfilled. You will not find peace or happiness in your relationships until you're with this person. There are now cult documentaries about this, including Escaping Twin Flames. Other things that use that term, which I'd recommend you check out, which really show you how the shadow side of telling someone this is your twin flame and you're destined to be with them is really a form of ego-based spiritual curse. Now, let me get back to what I said earlier. I am not here to say, though, that, well, the flip side of that is it's all random and why don't you just go to a bar somewhere and, you're going to meet someone and then you're going to kind of dissociate from that person after you have 2.5 kids or whatever. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that there's somewhere in the middle of there's real spiritual connection. There's really something we can have. We don't have to label it. We also don't have to take other people's advice about some kind of supposed destiny. When we put a label on something like twin flame, one of the shadow sides of that is that we will often feel like we need to be with this particular person, even if it's an unhealthy situation, because we've spiritually bypassed to a place where we now think, this is my divine destiny. I have to be with this person no matter what they do. If they're abusive, if I'm abusive, if we don't even like each other, that doesn't matter. I very rarely see people who call themselves twin flame relationships where it's a healthy relationship. I'll be very honest with you. My wife and I have a very close soul connection, feel that divine destiny. We felt it, the synchronicities upon our meeting, but we laugh about using terms like twin flame. We don't use those kinds of terms. We don't care about those kinds of terms. I often tell people, and this may sound very deflating, that rather than looking for your twin flame, look for someone who is, first of all, ready, willing, and able to be with you, who's attracted to you, you're attracted to them, you are ready, willing, and able to be with them. And that in your conversations, if you're watching this video, you've obviously opened yourself to more possibility of spirituality than maybe the ordinary discourse culturally. So look for deeper connection with this individual. Are you talking about things more than just your average, like, mundane qualities? Those are important too. Are you feeling a spiritual connection, a soul connection with them? If you are, and they are with you, then that might be really worth pursuing. If you're not, then the label of the relationship that, this is, someone told me this is my twin flame, so I'm supposed to be with them anyway, it's only hurting you. So I would really look out for that. If someone is telling you, giving you psychic readings, people go to this, people who they want to know, go to some psychic person and they want to know information that they somehow are not already listening to intuitively, or some secretive information. I would personally avoid that as much as possible. I know I sound like I'm putting down my own profession. I don't consider myself a psychic or a psychic reader. I like to give some intuitive information, but I'm very careful how I deliver that. Here's a good example. I used to say, Spirit is telling me. Okay, so that's not the worst thing in the world, right? Maybe. But then I realized that if I say to you in an energy context, Spirit is telling me such and such, it gives my words an extra weight of authority. It sort of overtakes and overcomes your own power and choice in the situation. So several years back, I started to change those words. I want to still give intuitive feedback and suggestions and thoughts, but I will give it to you in the sense of my guidance is suggesting to me, to let you know this is me. This is me, the best I'm showing up in this situation, where I'm at in this moment. This is what I'm thinking, but it's more than just my mind. I'm getting an energy thing here, but it's me. It's not some higher power in the sky. So much abuse has been caused by people putting words in God's mouth. Oh, God's telling me this. God's telling me to hate this group of people. God's telling me this. And it goes right in with the New Age movement, with this is your twin flame. You're destined to be with this person. Stay with this person no matter what, because your divine destiny is with them. We got to get real, folks. We got to get back anchored. We are spiritually open, but we still need to be in the mind, in the humanity of ourselves and of each other. If someone is emotionally problematic for us, not healthy for us in terms of our boundaries, our physical environment, we don't need to say, well, they're my twin flame, let me stay with them forever. I hope this video is at least planting some seeds of doubt in your mind about this term. Many people I tell this kind of thing to, really get it anyway. They're using it because it's the standard term, but they really get it when I say to them, let's ease up on the twin flame thing. There are lots, we're all one human family anyway, so ultimately we have soul connections with many people. There are many different kinds of people that could filter into our lives as friendships, as romantic partners, as other types of relationships. And if they are ready and willing and able, and we are ready, willing, and able, that could become something. But if we label someone twin flame and they're not really ready, or they're in another relationship or whatever, just go to someone else. You can experience a connection and your divine destiny, which, remember, the divine destiny for us at some level is always the same. It's always experience more love, give more love. It's experience more joy, more vitality, give more of that. Know what our divine gifts are, share that in service with others. We all have that in common, and we can experience that with a wide variety of people. So I'm not telling you to give up on, well, this guy told me on this video just to go down to a bar and whoever buys me a drink, I'm destined to be with them forever. No, I'm not necessarily saying that, though you could meet someone that way. I'm saying you have your wits about you. Don't take psychic readings too seriously. maybe loosen up on the idea that twin flame is one person who's a romantic potential partner for you, you have to be with no matter what. Psychic readings can often be inadvertently controlling and overpowering to someone in a vulnerable space, so be careful about them. I want to say there are some wonderful people out there doing tremendous work with ethics, with integrity around psychic readings and clearings, but that's very much in the minority of people. Just don't 1-900 your psychic hotline. Don't, I'm going to pay $3 a minute online for who knows who. Go with someone with integrity. And if you feel like you need that at all, but I'll also say to you, if you're hearing what I'm saying and staying more in balance yourself, you will also know. You'll also know in your own heart and be able to follow that guidance. So this is just where I'm at today. I just wanted to share with you. I'm hoping this is going to help somebody out there because I'm wanting to get this information out beyond just my individual email contact with people. I am trying to shut off comments potentially on YouTube just to make it a little bit cleaner in my energetic interaction. But if you ever need me, want to get a hold of me, as I said earlier in this video, my website, clearandconnect.com. It's always up and available. There's a contact form there. You can also see what I'm doing. You can also get a free download if you sign up for my email list. I'll send you something. We can start the interaction that way. So until next time, friends, I promise it won't be so long. Peace and blessings to you. Bye-bye.